dog.
Yeah. I see this even with the martial arts as well. I see some people teaching techniques that, and they might have good SEO, or they might just show up in your search.
Oh yeah.
And they're garbage.
Yeah.
Like I've even seen now, of course I'm very into my Kimura stuff, and I look up and sometimes I see people tagging Kimura Trap, or even I saw an instructional DVD showing a Kimura, and on the cover they're doing it wrong, like some fundamental things like right off the get-go. I'm like, man,
There's no jiu-jitsu police. Like, the interesting thing is that no one takes martial arts that seriously. Because if you're a doctor and you're selling that you're a brain surgeon, right? You advertise yourself as a brain surgeon, but you're not. You go to prison. Like if you try to perform brain surgery on someone you're not qualified, you're really like a veterinarian or something, or a nurse, and you probably go to prison, right? Like, police will come like, oh, you're not qualified. Yeah. There's none of that in jiu-jitsu. You could literally, like, if you just want to make some money and you're a good bullshitter, I'll give you some advice. Put a black belt on. Don't have to train. Just talk to talk.
Yeah.
If you're good at talking, like, that's literally what it takes these days, man. Like, if you're good at talking, you become a jiu-jitsu expert. You don't have to be a jiu-jitsu. You don't have to train. All you got to do is talk. And if you speak well enough, people are going to believe you. Look them in the eye. You speak with confidence. You tell them exactly what they want to hear. And that's where cult leaders and con artists thrive. They're really good, and there's so much of that in martial arts world. And I think I'm very sensitive to this because I got it to my own detriment. I got like an eye, to spot bullshitters in martial arts. I can spot a fraud from a mile away, and I'm right 100% of the time. And it's almost like one of those things. I wish I weren't like that, because it'd be less painful to watch these people thrive. And it's like, I know you're a hoax, man. I know it. I know you've never trained a day of your life.
It's funny you mentioned that, because my brother now, he's actually writing a little ebook guide, because one of our students, he was leaving. And he's like, I need to train. Do you know anybody in this state? And my brother's like, I don't, but let me give you some pointers on what to look out for, because, like you said, a lot of people are full of crap. And the worst thing is, when you're starting off in the martial arts, you don't really know who's legit and who's not.
It takes years.
Yeah. And especially if you're in the bubble, because you're just in this one thing and you're like, oh, I'm doing. Like, I remember when I was training Jeet Kune Do, and don't get me wrong, the guy's a nice guy, but it just wasn't what combat specific, martial arts. It was more the art form, right? Yeah. So me and my brother, we trained for a year. We're doing private lessons. We came in like 5 times a week. We thought we were, the best stuff in the world. And then we sparred. My brother had a girlfriend who was a Taekwondo black belt and had a family of black belts. Like, oh, you should come spar with us one day. We're like, oh yeah, we'll go and kick your guys' asses. Got there, freaking got wiped. It's like, and my brother got humiliated. He was sparring this 50-year-old fat guy, got stepped sidekick into a wall, dropped, and then a painting fell right on top of him. And he's like 50 years old,
out of a movie,
in front of his girlfriend. You know what I mean? And their parents and the whole family. He's like, oh, fuck this. We're done with this. We're going to wrestling. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we started wrestling after that. But I mean, it's like. It took us getting outside the bubble to get it busted. You know what I mean?
And the interesting thing about this is that, if you're in the bubble, you may be in the bubble for years before you realize it's a bubble. But by then, you're so part of you've created social ties to that group. Even if you realize your instructor's a fraud and everyone around you is a fraud, and that the real people are in the gym across the street, the social ties will keep you there, because now you feel like attached.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
And there's which is something good. Like, I think that's even if you're out of fraud, like, I still believe you can create a good social environment, which is also important. But at the same time, it kills me to see like legitimate BJJ masters struggling financially, and to see people who have barely trained their whole lives like killing it. Like, it's so unjust. And there's so much of that going on. And people don't always realize, but there's so much of that going on.
Oh, and I stars everywhere. Like, it's like the movie. I don't know if you've seen the Golden Child, Eddie Murphy. Long story short, they have a child that represents each virtue. Yeah. And then it says the Golden Child of Justice died hundreds of years ago.
Yeah, Justice dies. Yeah. Okay, got it. Yeah.
I mean, because unfortunately, your skill level does not equate your success level.
Because they're not on par.
Yeah. In a just world, it would. If you're the best at something, then everybody should recognize you and then benefit from your skill. But it doesn't work that way. Unfortunately, that's where marketing takes precedent. Like, only the people who know about you are going to be the ones who are going to be able to find you. So, like, it's not only that you have to be great at something, you also have to have the marketing behind it so that everybody can find you.
That's
like, hey,
true.
This is where.
Otherwise, you're the tree that fell in the forest, and
I'm sure
there was
in Brazil,
no there to
there's
witness
tons
it.
of killers out there.
Like, there's this one guy we interviewed for our documentary,